You a tip to anybody. Somebody asked me what's the best way to catch a politician out, or just to annoy a politician. In other words, to get them to answer your question, because sometimes they'll give you a long answer which wouldn't make any fucking sense at all, and they just make total nonsense. More or less like myself. I'm only joking. I'm not that bad, I don't think. I'm probably going to a big long tangent about it, but but yeah, the first thing is, if they don't answer you, because this happened to me many times before, they try and sneak their way out, and you often see this many times. This is the most common thing you see with politicians. They try and sneak their way out. They try and say, "Oh, you're being this, you're being that, you're being the other." You're not seeing the bigger picture, and this, that, and the other. You keep asking, because again, I keep asking. I keep repeating the question. Because one time I actually annoyed the senator. I was like, "How much do you get paid in expenses?" He didn't answer me. Went on about only salary, and as I said to him, I didn't ask you about an only salary. I asked you how much do you get in expenses. And he said, and then he repeated the same thing that he said about his only salary. And I asked him again and again and again, and he really just repeated and repeated that he just gets an ordinary salary. And it just ended up annoying him, and he just couldn't be bothered to reply to me again. Because I just ignored it. Like, he wouldn't answer my question. I just kept answering and answering, saying the same thing over and over and over again. Because they do get annoyed, because again, they don't accept, because the media in this country, you say, good children, good media, OT. I say this is it's just fake news. No, I don't get any expenses. It's an OT. Just say, oh, this man's 100% right. They won't look into it. They won't do anything about it. They just go off and say he's 100% right. We won't do any investigation into it. That's OT and the journal.ie and everything like that. The media in this country isn't great. And that's what happened. But yeah, and then there's been times, politicians. I remember during the last election, actually local elections. There's one Fine Gael, so actually, it was, I think it was a husband, yeah, or some kind of person was campaigning for. And I asked them what they're going to do, because there was a few things I wanted done, and I was like, what are they going to do for me, because I knew who they were. And, they more or less said, blah, 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 blah. And then when I asked them, do they have a plan on what they're going to do? Again, these are the questions they don't. They just expect you just to say, "Oh, I'll give a number one or whatever." And I asked them what they were going to do if they plan to get elected, because again, it was just blah 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 blah. Just saying promises that they couldn't. Because again, it was very ambitious what this person was saying. Because again, this is Fianna Fáil. Very ambitious. And again, I asked them what they're going to do, and I kept asking, and then they decided to come out with a comment, about how how more or less dyslexic, and I wouldn't understand. And basically, I didn't say anything, and again, that's more or less bringing personality, because again, as I always say to people, you lose the political debate if you bring in somebody's personality. If you bring somebody personally into it, because again, it doesn't matter your politics. If you're debating about politics, you're debating about politics, but you don't bring in somebody's personality no matter what they are. Because that just shows you that you're willing just to play dirty, I suppose. Again, this politics in this country is dirty anyway. It's just full of corruption and full of everything under the sun, basically. Anything but the goodness in this country, in this society and politics. But again, just keep answering, and if they don't, because again, this is the worst thing politicians do. They just try and shrug the question off like, and then sometimes they give you fucking half-assed answers, and I absolutely hate them half-assed answers. We might do something. It's like one time I was talking about something. It was down actually in Offaly, and it was about actually the closure of the Portlaoise leisure centre down there. And I contacted somebody in Laois County Council, I think it was. I could have been County. I think it was County Council. It could have been Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, something like that. It was Fianna Fáil. This is a while ago now. And I remember you saying, are they planning to open, or what they're going to do about it? They're going to get funding for it or what? And he said, we might. And that's all the email said. We might see about getting funded. It didn't tell me. Like, after me writing the big request email to see, are they going to do it? Are they going to look for funding? Are they going to look for some grants? Are they going to do this? What are they going to do with the people who lost their jobs in that sector? We might. They didn't even say hello. We might. Well, that's great. It's a great country. Me spending about an hour writing up that email, making sure it's all, up to standard and he can understand, this person will understand it the best of his way. Again, politics in this country. Again, it should have been a good answer. Now, he should have said, if he was doing his job right, he should have said, yeah, we are trying our very, very best. We are pushing the boys who push Pens in Dublin to do more. To make sure the Sledge set this up. And we're doing our very, very best. We're pushing boundaries and trying to keep this place open. And basically just said, well, what do you want us to do about it, more or less? Again, this is politics in this country. Sometimes they don't understand that they're elected representatives. Again, that's said by that senator. Didn't he? I say he never. I don't think he ever wants to talk to me again. Because I give them credit too, and I really did. And this was over messaging. Not I wasn't face to face with him, but I happened just to come across what he said in the newspaper, and obviously I challenged him on it. But yeah, great country. Many other stories I could say about politicians I came across, many times. Because every day of the week, I'm contacting new county councillors and things like that. And there's some county councillors I'm very good friends with. I have to say there are some county councillors that are very, very good people, and I would be very, I have to say, I would put my trust in them. Because I know them and they have helped me out in the past, and I know them personally. I've actually one of two friends that would be classed in my inner circle as best friends, I suppose. So there's something you don't know every day. But we work together on different things. We work together on making our communities better. We work together on community projects, ideas. We spread ideas, just thinking we could do this, we could do that. Just general stuff. But yeah, again, this country, just to wrap it up, it takes about 9 years to get anything done in this country. But again, you can always try. There's no harm in trying. God loves a tryer, as they say. Thank you.